Let us pause for a moment to acknowledge something profound. Life, in all its beauty, is inseparable from its challenges. These challenges are not just obstacles to overcome, but invitations to understand the deeper layers of existence. They whisper to us, asking, "What will you do with this moment? Will you fight it, flee from it, or invite something greater into it?" Today, I ask you to consider what happens when you invite God into your difficulties, not as an external rescuer, but as an intimate presence that transforms how you see and engage with your struggle. Think of the sea. Waves rise and fall, some gentle, some tumultuous. The surface appears chaotic, but beneath there is a profound stillness. God is like the depth of that ocean, a steady, unchanging presence beneath the waves of your trials. When you invite God into your difficulties, you are not asking for the waves to stop. You are learning to draw strength from the depth. What does this invitation look like? It's not about pleading for the storm to end, but about shifting your perspective, seeing the storm not as a punishment, but as a teacher. It's about embracing the truth that difficulty is not an aberration of life, it is life. By inviting God into these moments, you allow grace to flow into spaces that would otherwise be consumed by fear, anger, or despair. In our darkest times, there is a tendency to resist, to deny, to pretend that the difficulty is not there. But resistance only tightens the grip of suffering. To invite God into your difficulties is to say, "I see this challenge. I do not run from it. I embrace it as part of my journey." And in that acceptance, you make room for peace, even in the storm. Remember, inviting God into your difficulties does not mean that your circumstances will magically change. The illness may not vanish, the relationship may not mend, the loss may not be reversed. But what changes, profoundly and undeniably, is you. In the light of God's presence, you find strength where there was weakness, courage where there was fear, and meaning where there was chaos. This is not a call to passive submission, but to active partnership. It's about walking through your difficulties with God as your companion, knowing that even in the most challenging moments, you are never alone. The power of this invitation is not in erasing the difficulty, but in revealing its potential to transform you. So the next time life feels overwhelming, I urge you, pause, breathe, and invite God into that space, not as a distant deity, but as the very essence of love, wisdom, and peace that dwells within you. In doing so, you will not only endure your difficulties, you will transcend them. And in that transcendence, you will discover the truth that has been waiting for you all along. That the storms of life are not here to defeat you, but to awaken you to the depths of your being. Life's challenges often present themselves as barriers, moments that test our resolve, patience, and understanding. At first glance, they may seem like unfortunate interruptions or insurmountable obstacles, but they carry with them a deeper purpose. They invite us to step beyond the surface of our existence and venture into the profound truths of who we are and what life can teach us. Each challenge, no matter how small or significant, has the potential to open doors to a richer understanding of ourselves and the world around us. When faced with difficulties, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, to question why such moments arise, and to wish for an easier path. Yet, it's precisely within these moments that the opportunity for growth resides. Challenges force us to pause and reflect, to reconsider our approach and our priorities. They often reveal aspects of ourselves that we might otherwise ignore: our fears, our resilience, and our capacity to adapt. Through these revelations, we begin to see that challenges are not simply problems to be solved, but are also mirrors reflecting our inner landscape. Life's struggles encourage us to shift our perspective. They remind us that the world is not always within our control, yet we can choose how we respond. Challenges act as catalysts for change, breaking down old patterns and inviting us to embrace new ways of thinking and being. They teach us patience, humility, and the importance of persistence. Moreover, they encourage us to find meaning in the journey itself, rather than fixating solely on the destination. These moments of difficulty often lead us to a deeper connection with life itself. They push us to ask profound questions. What truly matters? What do I stand for? What is my purpose? In seeking answers, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, uncovering the layers of our identity and learning to navigate the complexities of existence. Challenges, in their essence, invite us to grow, evolve, and awaken to a fuller understanding of life's intricacies. Through the lens of difficulty, we can recognize the opportunities embedded within our struggles. They become not just trials to endure, but opportunities to expand our awareness, redefine our values, and embrace the depth of our potential. Inviting God into your difficulties has the power to completely transform the way you perceive and experience challenges. It doesn't mean that the external circumstances of your life will immediately shift, or that the pain will simply vanish. Instead, it brings a change to your inner world, offering a new lens through which to view what you're going through. The act of inviting God is not about asking for escape or avoidance. It's about opening yourself to a presence that brings clarity, peace, and strength in the midst of the storm. When faced with difficulties, it is easy to feel trapped in a cycle of fear, frustration, or despair. These emotions can narrow your focus and make it seem as though the challenge is insurmountable. However, by inviting God into these moments, you create space for a different kind of energy to emerge. This energy is one of trust and surrender, allowing you to release the burden of trying to control every aspect of the situation. It is not a passive resignation, but an active acknowledgement that there is a greater presence working through you and around you. This shift in perspective also helps you see challenges not as punishments or random misfortunes, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. When God is invited into your difficulties, they become a platform for deeper connection and learning. You begin to notice the subtle lessons hidden within the experience, and your response becomes less about resistance and more about collaboration with the flow of life. God's presence within your struggles allows you to draw strength you didn't realize you had, and to move through difficulties with a sense of purpose and hope, rather than simply enduring them. When difficulties arise, our first instinct is often to resist them. We push against the discomfort, wishing it away or denying its presence altogether. This resistance, while understandable, often intensifies the struggle. it creates tension within us, as though we are locked in a battle we cannot win. The more we fight against the reality of the challenge, the more power it seems to hold over us. In contrast, acceptance allows us to loosen that grip, opening a space for peace to emerge, even in the midst of the storm. Acceptance is not about resignation or giving up. It's a conscious decision to acknowledge what is, without judgment or denial. It is an act of courage that shifts the focus from resisting the difficulty to understanding and navigating it. When you accept a challenge, you stop pouring your energy into fighting its existence and start channeling it toward finding clarity and strength within yourself. This shift, this process of acceptance, creates space for peace. Not the kind of peace that depends on perfect circumstances, but a deeper, more profound peace that exists even when life feels chaotic. It allows you to step back from the immediacy of the struggle and view it with a sense of perspective. You begin to see that the difficulty, though painful, does not define you. Instead, it becomes a part of the larger tapestry of your life, a momentary chapter rather than the entire story. Through acceptance, you also make room for growth. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable begin to reveal their lessons and opportunities. In this space of openness, you can find calm even amidst turmoil, and from that calm, you are better equipped to face whatever comes next. When life becomes overwhelming and challenges seem too great to bear, it is natural to feel weak or unsure of how to move forward. Yet in these moments, inviting God into your difficulties allows you to access a reservoir of inner resources that go beyond your own limitations. This presence does not eliminate the difficulty, but transforms the way you approach it, enabling you to navigate the situation with a renewed sense of purpose. Strength derived from God's presence is not just about physical or mental endurance. It is a deep, steady force that anchors you during times of uncertainty. It provides a foundation on which you can stand when everything around you feels unstable. This strength allows you to face your challenges with resilience, knowing that you are supported by something greater than yourself. Courage emerges naturally when you trust that you are not walking through your difficulties alone. Fear, which often arises in the face of the unknown, begins to lose its grip when you feel the assurance of God's presence. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. And this is made possible through the quiet confidence that God instills within you. Clarity is another gift that comes from inviting God into your struggles. The act of inviting God into your difficulties is not about passive surrender, but about forming an active partnership. It is a conscious decision to walk through life's challenges with a sense of purpose and connection, drawing on the strength and wisdom that God offers. This partnership requires your participation. It is not a matter of waiting for circumstances to change, but of engaging with them in a way that is informed by faith, trust, and intentionality. In this dynamic, you are not merely a recipient of divine guidance, but also a co-creator of your journey. Your role is to remain open and willing to take the steps that align with God's presence in your life. This might involve making difficult decisions, practicing patience, or stepping into situations that require vulnerability and courage. Inviting God into your difficulties does not mean relinquishing responsibility. but rather sharing the weight of that responsibility with a presence that offers guidance and support. This partnership also transforms how you perceive the difficulty itself. Instead of seeing it as an isolated problem to solve, you begin to view it as part of a larger process of growth and transformation. God's presence serves as a reminder that your struggles are not meaningless. They hold the potential for profound change. Through this partnership, you develop a sense of trust that even in the midst of uncertainty, you are being guided toward a greater good. By choosing to work alongside God, you cultivate a relationship that strengthens your ability to face life's challenges with confidence and hope. This connection fosters a sense of empowerment as you recognize that you are not alone in your struggles. It allows you to move forward not with blind optimism, but with a grounded sense of purpose and faith that sustains you through even the most difficult moments. Difficulties in life often feel like obstacles designed to break us, but when viewed through a different lens, they reveal themselves as opportunities for awakening and transformation. These challenges are not random or meaningless. They serve as catalysts that push us beyond the familiar and into the depths of our true potential. When faced with adversity, it can be tempting to see it as a force working against us, but in reality, it is often a means of uncovering strengths, wisdom, and perspectives we didn't know we possessed. Each difficulty invites a shift in awareness. It asks us to step back from the immediate pain or frustration and look at the bigger picture. This awakening is not always immediate. It unfolds gradually as we engage with our difficulties with openness and intention. Challenges force us to confront parts of ourselves we may have ignored or avoided, providing an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. They teach us the value of perseverance and the importance of faith, especially when the way forward is unclear. When we embrace the idea that difficulties have a purpose beyond their surface appearance, we begin to see them as an integral part of life's journey. By facing them with courage and trust, we allow these experiences to shape us into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate individuals, capable of greater depth and understanding than we previously imagined. In the grand tapestry of life, challenges are not the threads that unravel us, but those that weave strength, resilience, and wisdom into our being. By inviting God into our difficulties, we transform the way we perceive and navigate these moments, drawing from a presence that offers clarity in confusion, peace in turmoil, and strength in weakness. Life's struggles, when embraced with faith, become sacred opportunities to grow, evolve, and discover the divine grace that has been with us all along. As we walk through these challenges, may we remember that we are never alone, and through them we become the truest versions of ourselves.